Okay.
So these are from our flat files over there, and they're all oversized pictures, which we can't scan, so our scanner is too small. But that's what all these are. And there's still some in the flat files over there. We're trying to organize before we have to move. This is our genealogy area, and although maybe everything doesn't need to be scanned, if you pull out some of these things, they also have diaries inside, definitely family trees. But this is the Crown family, and it has some fascinating information about Brattleboro that I hadn't read before and I didn't know was even in there.
Okay.
So these are our files with information, which you can pull any of these out and find information that might need to be online. I mean, we even have books in here, the Brattleboro Fire Department, and there are a lot of articles, but there are also things written. I can't see anything. Things written, I can't find anything like this. The history of the fire department and the early days, and it could all be scanned.
Okay.
These are part of it, and these are the business personalities, organizations, schools, world wars. These are our maps, some of them. We have more over there and more in the back room. This is an enormous variety of different things we use all the time. These are vital statistics before 1950, binders full. And then all different types of things that people have written, oral histories, chronologies, just all kinds of information that you can't find anywhere else. This is our SD organ collection, and there are so many things in here. There's plans, and there are inventories, books, all kinds of history about the SD family, and scrapbooks. These are our manning directories, which can certainly be scanned, and it's very helpful. They have people's addresses and workplaces for Brattleboro. These are all our books that relate to Brattleboro or Vermont, but mostly Brattleboro. And this is the Brattleboro area, which I don't know if any of those are already. I know annals you can find online, but otherwise I don't know. This is our postcard collection, and a lot of these postcards are actual photographs, and they're not photographs in the files. They're just made for postcards. And we also have several photo albums by personnel. Just people took snapshots when photography was first. These are more extra large photos that we can't scan. They're current equipment, and they range everywhere from the late 1800s on. So these are stereo cards. All Brattleboro, obviously. Railroad photos. And these are all of our photos that are printed. And then over here we have SD photos and also some negatives and glass plates over here. A few. These are 1950s Brattleboro Reformer negatives. And can I keep them? These are some more large prints, mostly Roger Katz. And then we have maps down here, as well as old calendars, which often have photos on them, and more maps. So I just want to show you. These are a binder of Brattleboro trade cards and advertising. And then we have billheads and letterheads. This is all our cemetery information over here and here.
Is this like a printing thing?
And these are the books to individual cemeteries and often their location, the grave locations are in there. More cemetery information is Locust Ridge over here.
Are these?
So a woman came in and asked to donate all the work she had done at the Locust Ridge Cemetery, which included taking pictures of each stone and putting the obituary and then the death record in for each one. These are reformer negatives that were donated to us through someone else, and that person forgot and just suddenly brought them all in a couple of years later. These are all negatives. It's not unusual for someone to leave something they're donating to us outside the door here or at the History Center, and then we have no way of thanking them, and so we just archive them. These are our reformer negatives, and this is how they come to us, and we have to sort and then scan and figure out, and to tag and figure out where they're from. They're sorted by date, basically. And there are thousands of them out here. This is the high school. All of the information we have for the high school, we have the old dials and the yearbooks, and so much information we have never even looked at because we sort of inherited it from the Alumni Association. All of this is our oversized and framed pieces that we are, don't quite have a way to store right now, other than this. This is our Bible collection, and in the front of them often have family histories, and there are also very old newspapers in here that have not been scanned by Chronicling America or newspapers.com yet, so those are all in here. Most of these have all been scanned by other people.
I just try to make sense of it. So my thought is that if we take what's already been done, Harriet's collection over there of documents and information, and combine that with the photos that we have in the photo collection that are connected to those things, that's a good starting place. And then we can work our way through and tag as we go, and then maybe use social media as a way to help with the tagging. And that makes sense to me. It's not the whole thing. It's just working our way through a piece at a time. Photos have been loaded in there. We're doing those by year at this point because that's how they've been given to us. We have the reformer photos sectioned off by, these are all from 1968, and these are all the images from 1969, and so we've just been loading them in that way. And so those are divorced from any context that's provided by the organization that's already occurred in the research boxes and in the file of photos.
Yep.
So that's a different thing, and we need to, I don't really know how to attack that part right now. The part that's making sense to me at this point is the boxes and the photos and linking those together and having that be a start spot.
There's already been a ton of work done, just like what Harriet's done. Like, she didn't, I don't know if she realized it, but like as she was putting it all together, it's like, well, actually she's been building the tag database. Like the work is like, it's done. So in terms of like the MO of how stuff gets scanned, I mean, it doesn't, like we could do that. It doesn't really matter. It's sort of like, that's the system we have right now, so that's the system we can use. It's perfect. Like we really, the only thing that's at all a concern is that a bunch of photos got scanned that currently have no tags. Like we don't know what they are, right? So that's problematic, but everything else, it's like, the work's there. It's already been done. A lot of it. So yeah, you can just go up and pull out a box.
Let's start alphabetically.
Yeah,
There's no other way. I mean, it's
yeah.
just
It doesn't